Good evening, everybody. Very good evening. Today we are opening up room a little early as I had time. And let me introduce myself and say introductory uh, few comments on the series I was doing. We planned for 60 tips on wellness, one tip a day, and today is tip number 43. And each day we select a topic. Today is how do you cultivate compassion, you know, and how it helps you be well, both physically, emotionally, and in a society manner, right? So I hope it interests you as this interests me very much, Um, and I really think we should pay a lot of attention to cultivating compassion in our life, and that will help our not only help our wellness but also help our relationships. Emotional intelligence, a lot to do with it, right? So this is part of the servant leadership that I teach physicians, corporate leaders, IT executives, and all that. Okay, so this has a very important role in my teachings. Okay, but I'm going to be confining myself about how do we cultivate compassion as we go about our life during the regular life, right? So we are going to talk about some of the benefits of cultivating compassion, and also we're going to how to practice compassion in daily life, and maybe some tips for incorporating compassion, right? This is going to be a little bit longer talk than before, but I'm happy to present that. So anybody has any contribution, you can always come up, and we can uh, listen to what you have to say and then go from there. Okay. Or you can reserve your comments till I am done. Okay. Either way, feel free and informal. Now, how do we uh, look at compassion? How do we define compassion? Or how do we cultivate compassion? What does it mean? It means you practice empathy and understanding towards others. Empathy is trying to feel being in their shoes. How does it feel to be hurt? How does it feel to be called a name? How does it feel to be really dismissed? Whatever, right? So having this feeling of how others feel is that empathy, right? And really, when you develop this empathy and understanding of others, how they will be feeling, really enriches your own emotional wellness. That's why you cultivate compassion. So it does foster deeper connections, and it does promote a sense of fulfillment and peace within you. That's where it is connected with the wellness. Okay. um, See, it not only benefits you but also enhances your own mental and emotional health, and also helps the people around you. Okay, so we're going to explore deeper into the benefits of cultivating compassion, where empathy and understanding of others is there, right? Uh, First of all, it does enhance your emotional well-being, you know, um, because it does read enhanced happiness and reduce stress, and that thereby it kind of shifts your focus away from yourself and towards others. That's why your stress and unhappiness will go down. Okay. The second thing is because you are trying to understand other people and you're going to feel their pain and you're going to stand in their shoes and relate to that experience, your relationships are much better. Emotional intelligence is a big part of it. People who have a lot of intellectual quotient, IQ, they may get a lot of things. They may get success, they may get money, they may get a lot of things, but they don't get love and affection that easily. It's the only people who have emotional quotient, EQ. And I'll go further spiritual question. Let's keep the spiritual question to the side for now. But EQ is something is this cultivating compassion, cultivating empathy, cultivating understanding towards other people. Actually, compassion is defined as passion for all. Okay, not passion for yourself, passion for all, right? And obviously it promotes mental health, right? um, See, what it does is it reduces the negative emotions of anger and resentment and such, right? And is associated with an increased positivity and satisfaction. That's why it does help your own mental health too. Obviously physical health is also improved because when you are engaged in compassionate actions, your blood pressure goes down, right? And that reduce the heart disease and enhance one's physical health to the reduction of stress levels. That's also there, right? And then next benefit is people feel a sense of purpose, sense of self-worth when they are compassionate to other people. That's evident. You can see that, And people feel good when they do some random act of kindness to other people. Okay, and then uh, when you are cultivating compassion and dealing people with compassion, obviously your community and your work environment, they both really improve a lot because this is contagious. When you have compassionate behaviors, they are contagious and can lead to a more supportive and cooperative atmospheres, right? That's a very important thing in both personal and professional settings, right? So these are all the six benefits that I could enumerate. One is the enhancing emotional well-being, building stronger relationships, and promoting mental health, promoting physical health, and fostering a sense of purpose and self-worth, and finally encouraging a positive community around you. Okay, those are all the benefits that you could muster, right? And when you're practicing it, you can feel them in yourself. There is no measurement outward, but you can feel for yourself. Okay, but you know that your blood pressure is going down, your mental health is improving. Those are something we can measure anyway. Now, how do we practice this compassion, passion for all, or kindness, or empathy, understanding of all in daily life? What can we do? There are a few of them. Number one is when you are engaging with people, or you are in a meeting, or even a gathering like this. How do you listen is always important. Active listening. Okay? So when you want to engage yourself fully when you speak, um, see, you got to listen to other people who are speaking, and that means you are showing genuine interest and making an effort to understand their perspective without judgment, and also most important, their feelings. Are you saying anything that is intentionally, unintentionally, um, make them feel hurt or withdraw and all that? Lots of this happens even with my talks because I may not be intending for them to get hurt, but if they're egotistical, if they are having their own way of looking at things, and I don't agree with them, but I state a universal fact, not to hurt them, but because it is the truth, that may hurt them because of their own way of thinking and ego and all that. That we cannot take much. But if I deliberately do that, to do that, that's the problem. That's why I don't do that deliberately. But in the process of discussion, something comes across, and that truth hurts them. For example, you're a constantly white liar, and you think that is convenient. That's seen in American life quite often. They get away with lots of white lying, thinking that's convenient, that's okay. But then when you point that out, not point it out, but they say, I don't agree with that or whatever, they get hurt because they discover they have been lying and they are denying that. So that's not something we are intending, but their own behavior coming back, there's a tug between their conscience and regular behavior. That's where they hurt. But generally, listen actively. That's the number one thing. Okay. And then uh, there's an empathy exercise you could do on a daily life. What it is you deliberately try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And see, if you are going to be critical or judgmental in a situation, and you're going to tell them, no, you should be doing this for the health of all in the institution or health of everybody in the society. So you're going to say some things that are going to be positive criticism, but still they may feel as attack on them, and they may think he's being critical, judgmental about me, and those people will have the feeling. So you can feel that. You can choose your words. You can soften the blow, or you can make an effort to be smiling, or to be supportive, to be loving, and get the loving feeling first, and then the facts what you are saying. All that helps. So that is the exercise, empathy exercise, where you imagine yourself in other people's shoes and really think about it. What happens if I somebody comes and says to me this particular statement that is critical and judgmental, right? A lot of people don't stay that long. They blurt it out, whatever that comes. That is from the limbic brain. In Sanskrit, it's called manas, reactive behavior. Word says if you take a step back and control your reactions from the limbic side and really discriminate what you are doing and come from the higher mind, which is called buddhi in Sanskrit, then you are going to consider things and going to discern what is good, what is not, and then you can only say what is good. Okay, that's kind of discretion power people have. Now, um, you can also cultivate this compassion by volunteering. This is somebody everybody knows. Okay, in the charities, shelters, community centers, you can volunteer. It's a powerful way to experience and express compassion, right? People who are not used to going anywhere where they can offer themselves. For me, I come every day on the social media, and then I try to share, right? And that's why it's like this is a volunteer work for me in a way. Of course, a lot of patients call me, and I do lots of things without really charging anything. So that's all volunteer work. 3 4 years I have been doing this on social media. You can do that too here. And in daily life, you can offer support. Okay, like I have this new where elderly people are asked to come and use my services, my yoga tips and my books and all that. Okay, it's that way. Okay. So you can be proactive in your support, okay, to friends, family, and colleagues. They don't have to ask you. You can volunteer your work, and that will be good. A small gesture, like a kind word, or a listening something that they are telling you, or you just give them the your ear where they can tell whatever they want, and you just sit there and listen to them without saying anything in a nursing home to elderly person, something like that. And then always practice self-compassion. So you got to cultivate compassion towards yourself, because you may not be getting the greatest feelings sometimes, and you may be making mistakes, and then you may be not giving kindness to yourself as much as you're giving to other people. So you may recognize something like a bad thought has come, forgive yourself and watch it and let it go. Don't hang on to it. Okay, and don't punish yourself because of that. Of course, an act of awareness, mindfulness, meditation. If you can do these things, then you can see what are the feelings and ideas or thoughts going on in your mind, and be aware of that. You can correct them. That is one thing, how to practice compassion in daily life, right? Actually, this really we call what's called loving kindness meditation, metta. Okay, and this is very very useful if you can practice. It's a Buddhist practice. That will be good. You can educate yourself on all these things. You can learn about the cultures, communities, different countries, and all that, and then see what is said here. Maybe something bad in that culture. Be sensitive about that. And then you will be able to not miss opportunities to show compassion to other people. You are intending to be compassionate to them. Okay, so these are all the ways to really practice compassion in your daily life. Okay, active listening, empathy exercise, just imagine yourself in other people's shoes, and volunteering in voluntary churches, communities, and all that, and offering support to whoever comes across or whoever is your contacts, and be kind to yourself, and loving kindness meditation, and then educate about different backgrounds of different people. Okay, all these things can help you to practice compassion in daily life. Okay, and now we're going to do some tips of how to incorporate this compassion in our life. Okay, daily life, right? If you wake up in the morning and if you set up intentions, like I'm going to be kind to people, I'm going to be kind to my dog, I'm going to be my family member, I'm going to be kind to my trees or whatever, right? Um, if you set this intention to find opportunities to show compassion, then you will find them. Just say, this is one of the tips I give in my burnout coaching is I tell the physicians, apart from doing mechanical work, you have a patient who is in suffering, put a hand on their shoulder, give them support, give them loving kindness, give them encouragement, give them hope. All those things will be good for you. I do that. That's why my energy goes up after I go to the hospital and give myself to the patient, right? And that's a very simple thing we can do, right? But let the kindness come from within you, not a fake one, but a real one. And then you may have so many interactions during the day. Don't let them go just like that, but reflect on them at the end of the day. This is something I always say, way of reactions, I say. And then you can say, okay, I have interacted unkindly with this nurse or with this patient, whatever, right? Then you say, okay, I'm going to make amendments by being compassionate next time the situation arises. So you can learn from that, okay? And also, if you read and share some stories of compassion of people who are, that is what was the influence on us, Gandhi, Ashoka, so many people who are Buddha, all these people who are personification of kindness and compassion. Dalai Lama, even now, right? So all these people, you can read them, uh, Of course, one important principle I incorporate with my wellness club, my yoga students, or the people who come to take training on the burnout from me, always tell them, don't react, but respond to whatever your daily actions are, daily duties are. That means um, take deep breaths, cultivate the capacity to control the reactions. They will go down as you practice every day. And then take a step back and say, I'm not going to react emotionally to whatever happens in my work day, but I'm going to respond to the responsibilities and tasks that I have. Right? That kind of thing helps a lot. And finally, gratitude, practicing gratitude, that really helps you to see all the abundance that you have, is money or the health or thoughts or capacity to love, whatever abundance you have, recollect it and be grateful, and thereby you become much more abundant. Okay, so if you practice and promote compassion in your daily life, you are going to enrich your own emotional wellness, but also you contribute to a more empathetic and understanding world. The little world may be around you, but it will spread, right? So this practice aligns beautifully with our holistic approach, emphasizing emotional and social well-being as essential component of our overall health, right? So I'm going to encourage you to embrace compassion as a fundamental life practice, okay, enhancing both your personal growth and community well-being. Now I'm going to go a little bit deeper with the ancient wisdom. What they taught me was, you see, now physics is seeing us, we are all in one energy, which is great, right? We are not just a mechanical, physical body or just recurring thoughts, but we are a bundle of energy that has a life source which animates our body and mind, right? So, in that, we are all one. So we are all in one energy is really right. Okay. So once you have that perspective, I, you're running out of time. What does that look like? If you believe you don't have enough time, what does that look like? I don't know what this is going on. All over the place. And if you think about somebody who's frantic and all over the place. Okay. I think something happened with there. They're not standing deliberately. It's almost like if you can pick. Okay. Somebody else has come in there. Uh, Now that's the talk. That is basically what I wanted to tell you about. And hopefully that makes a lot of sense for you. And cultivating compassion is a very, very fundamental thing, important thing for me at least. So I hope you got something out of it. If you have any comments or contributions, you can come up. Okay.